monsieur. Le chat noir, the black cat.
Black cat, huh? That's a good omen for me.
You're very fortunate, monsieur. Au revoir.
Bye.
Bonsoir.
Oh, pardon, monsieur. Monsieur le propriétaire! Monsieur le propriétaire!
Oh, good evening, monsieur. Good evening. Terrible night out, isn't it? Do you wish accommodations?
No, I was told that I could get a car here to take me to Dr. Renault's estate.
Ah, then you must be Dr. Forbes. Congratulations, my dear sir. Congratulations. The young lady is most beautiful. Noel. Noel. The American gentleman has arrived. Noel is Dr. Renault's handyman.
How are you?
I am pleased to meet you.
American? American? Who said American?
Excuse me, monsieur. Louis, a drink for Monsieur Austin with my compliments.
My dear sir, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Compliments, compliments, compliments.
Just another of your countrymen down here for some grouse shooting. He's celebrating Bastille Day a little ahead of time.
Well, how about it? Can we get going?
Oh, monsieur, you'll not be able to reach the chateau tonight.
Why? Is it so far?
No, you passed close to it on the bus. But unfortunately, the bridge was washed out and won't be repaired until morning.
I ordered room here for you. Was that right to do?
It was very thoughtful of you. May I use your phone?
Oh, monsieur, you see, the lights, the wires are all down. You'll have to make the best of my hospitality. But at least we can be grateful that the wine cellar isn't flooded. Come. Ah, Napoleon brandy. Just the thing for weddings.
Wedding? Wedding?
This gentleman has come to marry the niece of our Dr. Renault. We drink to his good fortune.
Oh, weddings. Oh, that's a terrible, gruesome experience. And I don't care who the girl is. Anytime a girl...
You say bad things about mademoiselle?
Wait a minute. Take it easy, pal. What's the matter? Can't you take a joke?
He didn't mean a thing, Noel. He was just kidding.
Kidding?
Joking.
Excuse.
Thanks. Let's all have a drink. Let's have dozens of drinks. Come on, please. Oh. Here you are, pal.
Marcel. Marcel.
Wait. Well, Monsieur Austin, we hunt some more tomorrow, eh? Oh, I know. You want me to go to bed. And I want to go to bed. And I'm going to bed. But under my own power. Now, look, Shorty, just relax. You just watch me. Good night. One, two, 3. I was never good at mathematics. 1, 2.
Well, now at last we can have our drink. Won't you sit down, Dr. Forbes? Sit down, Noel. Louis, some glasses.
Hello, Noel. You're not still scared of me, are you, Louis?
Oh, of course not.
Now, Rogel, don't start any trouble. What are you doing around here anyway?
A job for Dr. Renault. I got across the bridge just before it washed out. Almost lost my bicycle in the mud. Let me have a beer, Louis. I'll drink it over there.
He's the gardener for Dr. Renault, an ex-convict, monsieur. It was the testimony of Louis and Marcel the barber that convicted him of robbery 5 years ago. So he likes to make them afraid. Well, now we drink our toast. To a happy marriage.
Thank you.
Ah, fool that I am, I forgot that you do not drink, Noel.
What? Oh. No. Will you excuse if I go to bed now?
Of course.
Your room is number 10.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You're thinking perhaps the doctor has very strange servants. But you know those scientists, always looking for something unusual. Another drink, Doctor?
Not for me, thanks. I think I'll turn in now.
Louis, Dr. Forbes' key, please.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, no, monsieur. I invited you.
Only for the first drink, not for the whole bottle. There.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll save it for you.
Swell.
Perhaps you will attend our celebration of Bastille Day with your fiancée, and she can join in the toast.
You're very hospitable.
Your key, Doctor, number 10. I will accompany you with your suitcase.
That's not necessary. I'll take it.
Good night. Good night. Oh, Doctor, your candle.
Thank you.
Zut alors.
Austin, what's wrong? Austin!
It's murder. We are quite aware of it. And robbery wasn't the motive.
By what route do you arrive at such a sweeping conclusion?
His money wasn't taken.
Dr. Forbes has already told us that he arrived in the room almost in time to interrupt the murderer at work. He may not have had time to conclude his robbery.
Dr. Forbes has also stated that he was supposed to occupy this room tonight.
But I tell you, I didn't. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything.
I want to question every guest at the inn. You and a gendarme bring them here.
Yes.
Dr. Forbes, did anyone see you make the exchange of rooms?
Not that I know of.
And you heard a voice say, Zut alors?
Then it was the murderer's voice you heard, because Monsieur Austin spoke not one word of French.
His neck is broken. The murderer must have had fingers of steel.
How long has this man been in the village?
Oh, 2, 3 weeks, since the beginning of the grouse season.
Has he had any trouble? Made any enemies while he was here?
No, he was over fond of drinking, but even then he was amiable.
Excuse me, sir. He had trouble tonight.
You mean the upset at the bar? Oh, it was nothing. A misunderstanding. It was quickly settled.
I should like to hear about it.
Well, Noel thought that Monsieur Austin insulted Mademoiselle Renault. Austin apologized most quickly.
Who is it?
Open up, it's the police.
What's happening here anyway? Can a man get some sleep?
Oh, Rogel, the inspector will certainly be glad to see you.
What about?
Never mind, come along. The inspector will ask the questions. Come on. Hurry up.
Let me button my shirt.
Well, be quick about it.
So, spending the night here, old girl.
Any law against it?
This body doesn't surprise you?
I've seen bodies before, lots of them.
What are you doing in town?
Dr. Renault sent me in to buy a seed for the garden.
Know anything about that, Noel?
I heard Doctor tell him.
Isn't the inn rather expensive for a gardener?
The bridge is out. I suppose you think I ought to sleep in the street.
It might be better for this man if you did.
I don't know anything about it. I was asleep all the time.
I'm not so sure about that.
If you can prove I did it, go ahead and arrest me. If not, I'm going back to bed. I gotta work tomorrow.
All right. But you be where we can get hold of you.
Inspector, do you think this attack was intended for me?
I don't know. If robbery was the motive, it could apply equally to you or to Monsieur Austin. Americans usually carry a generous supply of cash. Did you display your wallet at all during the evening?
No. Why, yes, when I paid the proprietor for some drinks.
Oh,
I did not wish Monsieur to pay, but he insisted.
I see. Well, there's nothing more we can do now.
All right, sir, then I'll say good night.
You'll be at the chateau tomorrow?
First thing in the morning.
I'd be careful if I were you, in case this was a mistake.
Let's get an early start, shall we, Noel?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful country. How long have you been Dr. Renault's handyman? Noel,
Oh,
have you been with Dr. Renault very long?
yes, sir. Long time.
Where are you from?
Me, I come from Java.
Java, huh? That's one place I've always wanted to go. Do you like it here?
What are you trying to do, kill me? Look what you've done.
It was my fault. I'm sorry, Noel. I guess I shouldn't have talked to you while you were driving.
No, it was a dog. I do not want to hit him.
How did you know there was a dog in the road? You reached for the brake long before you could see around the curve.
I just feel he was there.
The next time you feel anything, let me know ahead of time. I don't want my neck broke.
Excuse me.
You haven't made a mistake, dear. I'm Madeline. Have I changed so much in 6 months?
You'll never change, darling. It's just hard to believe that it's really you and that I'm here and that... Oh, what's the use?
Oh, Noel, take Dr. Forbes' bags inside, please. Noel, didn't you hear me? Dr. Forbes' luggage, please take it inside. Larry, how was your trip? Did you have trouble getting away?
No.
And what's New York like? Is it
Hey,
all...
wait a minute. Is this the third degree?
Madeline,
Oh, Uncle Robert, this is Larry.
How do you do, sir?
you didn't get here a minute too soon. I thought Madeline was going to have a nervous breakdown waiting for you.
And it was all your fault, Uncle Robert. He wouldn't let me go to the village. He said there would be washouts and...
They wouldn't have stopped her either if I hadn't put my foot down. Oh, by the way, Dr. Forbes, I read your paper on frontal lobotomy. A brilliant contribution to brain surgery for so young a man.
Thank you, Dr. Renault. That's a great compliment coming from you. Incidentally, Doctor, that man you sent to meet me,
Yes, Noel?
he's a strange, hypersensitive type. We were driving along the road when suddenly he stopped the car. Somehow he knew there was a dog around the curve, although he couldn't see it. Would you call that intuition or clairvoyance?
Well, I don't know, perhaps both. What
Uncle
I wanted
Robert, do you mind later?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, but you know how it is when two scientists get together. See you at dinner, Larry.
Yes, sir.
Larry, what happened at the inn last night?
At the inn? Oh, who told you about that?
Inspector Duvall telephoned. Said he'd be here this evening.
He did, huh?
It wasn't a mistake, was it? They didn't mean to kill you.
Me? Of course not. Now let's forget all about that, huh?
Oh, Brogel, you startled me.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle.
I understand he's an ex-convict.
Yes, the police warned us about him, but Uncle Robert insists on keeping him here. Promise me our home won't be an experimental station like this.
I promise. The only mental case you'll have around will be me. You're not afraid of Rogel, are you?
No, not as long as Noel is around.
Mademoiselle, anything more I can do for you?
Well, thank you. While Dr. Forbes is here, would you do everything you can to make his stay comfortable?
Miss Renault tells me you've been very helpful to her, and I appreciate it.
You go away with Dr. Forbes next week?
Yes. Oh, but I'll ask Uncle Robert to bring you to New York when he visits us.
Thank you.
Noel, did you pick up my shoes at the shop in the village?
Oh, I forget, mademoiselle. I'm sorry.
Now, Noel, you must remember what I told you. You must concentrate more.
I will go to the village right away.
I feel so sorry for him. Everyone makes fun of him behind his back. And he depends on me as if I were his only friend.
What are you trying to do, make me jealous? No, but seriously, I can't get that strange incident on the road off my mind.
Everyone feels strange about Noel at first. But if you knew him as I do.
Just who is he?
He was here when I got back from school in New York last year. Uncle Robert had me teach him. He could hardly speak a word. It's been very difficult. He learned so slowly.
Well, is he a patient or an experiment?
Every time I speak to Uncle Robert about it, he changes the subject. But I know he trusts Noel. Even has him sleep in the laboratory so no one else can go near it.
Not even you?
No. Scientists have such problems.
Boy, what a nose that dog's got. He's followed us all the way.
Here, boy. Come on, fella. Come on, fella. Well, he's got something in his paw. Come on, let me see.
It's a dog we nearly hit on the road.
I'm not going to hurt you. A thorn in between the pads. Oh. Do you think I could keep him till we locate his owner?
Is there any other dog on the place?
No.
Then you're it. Are you a good watchdog, pal? Huh? Here. Come on. Come here. Come on.
Come along, boy. I'm going too.
Looks like he's yours, all right.
Henry,
What do you want?
come here.
You know I can't talk to you here.
You're not nervous, are you?
Of course not.
Good. Because I've got an idea how we can make plenty of money.
I want no part of it.
You better change your mind.
What do you mean?
How would you like it if the police found out about what happened in Marseille?
Oh, no, no.
Then get this through your thick skull. You're in this with me, and you're going to stay in.
Well, hello. I thought you were going to lie down for a while, huh? What's the matter, boy? Now get down, get down. Who's there?
It's Noel. I brought your shoes.
Oh.
That confounded beast will kill Noel. Inspector, give me your gun.
Uncle Robert! Uncle Robert, please don't! Stop that! Noel! Noel! Noel, stop that! Noel, please.
Henry, take the dog to the kennels.
Oh, he's hurt badly.
How did it happen?
The dog sprang at him without any warning.
I do not hurt him, mademoiselle. I saved his life today.
These will have to be cauterized. Come along with me. I told you I didn't want any animals around here.
I'll see if Henri needs any help.
Never mind, darling. Your uncle was just upset.
Excellent coffee, Doctor.
Henri, more coffee for the inspector.
Thank you.
Pardon me, Inspector.
What is it, mademoiselle?
What is your theory about last night's murder?
Oh, it's very simple. But since you insist, I must tell you that whoever killed Mr. Austin really intended to murder Dr. Forbes. You display the contents of your wallet at the inn. You give the killer an appetite for crime. You're given room number 10, but there's a stranger in the bed, so you change to number 11. In the darkness, the killer doesn't recognize Mr. Austin till you call out from the next room.
Whom do you suspect?
The inspector's writing an old hobby, Rogel. His logic is like a schoolboy's geometry. Rogel was at the inn last night. Rogel is an ex-convict. Therefore, QED, Rogel must be the murderer. And so works the official geometric mind.
Perhaps. But don't forget, Rogel and his father and brothers were all criminals. His grandfather was guillotined for murder. Don't tell me that's good, honest blood.
Now, careful, Inspector. The psychiatry of murder is my domain. Rogel is as innocent as you are. I've treated him for some time, and I can assure you I've succeeded in eliminating every criminal instinct from his brain.
I wish I could share your optimism, Doctor. But you should be very careful with whom you experiment. The criminal mind is like the animal mind. It betrays its savagery very easily. Like a mad dog, it will bite the hand that feeds it.
What is it, Noel?
Are your wrists still hurting you?
Noel.
Excuse, please.
I believe the dog's unreasonable attack on him is hurting as much as the wounds. He's so fond of animals.
It was odd of the dog to pick on Noel.
No more odd than the dog's sudden attachment for Madeline.
I must go back to the village, Doctor.
Oh, so soon?
Yes.
You must have a glass of my Pierre Armagnac before you go.
Thank you. What did you do after you chained up the dog tonight?
Why, nothing.
You took a walk in the woods. Where did you go? Answer me.
Well, I only went to see Rogel. I wanted to tell him about the excitement at the house.
You're very friendly with Rogel, aren't you?
No, not exactly. It's just that we work here together.
Quite so. Good night.
I'll go with you.
Did you see Noel's expression when he left the room?
Yes. His wrist must have been hurting him very badly.
No, that's not what I mean. I watched him while Duvall was talking about the animal mind. I thought Noel was ready to spring at him when he said it was the same as the criminal mind. It was all he could do to control himself. Madeline, there's something strange about Noel. I see it more every moment I'm in this house. Is there anything you're keeping from me?
The scientist mind at work again. You see poems and brooks, sermons and stones. Didn't Shakespeare or somebody say that? Anyway, you're giving Noel credit for too much.
Those police are a nuisance, aren't they? Their procedure's always the same.
I wish they would leave us alone and look for clues someplace else.
Why don't you go upstairs, dear, while Larry and I have a nightcap?
Oh, I'm not tired, Uncle Robert. Really, I'm not.
After all, you'll have him for the rest of your life.
Doctor's orders, darling. I'll see you before I turn in.
All right. Good night, Uncle Robert.
Good night, dear.
Poor kid. She's been through so much today.
Well, don't you worry about Madeline. She has a remarkably resilient temperament. It's been of great use to me in my work. In a way, I should be sorry to lose her. Larry, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes, Doctor?
I wish you wouldn't alarm her unnecessarily. I mean, with questions and observations.
I'm sorry if I have, but I'm afraid you've been partly responsible for that. You defended Rogel against Duvall's theory that he committed the murder for robbery.
Yes, and I'm quite sure I was right.
That leaves only one alternative. I was the real intended victim, and the motive wasn't robbery, but personal.
Oh, that's ridiculous. The motive could still have been robbery. There were plenty of other people saw your wallet.
Then will you do a favor for me, Dr. Renault?
Of course.
Instead of keeping the dog tied up tonight, will you give him the freedom of the grounds?
I'd be glad to.
Thank you. Only this time, please keep Noel out of his way. Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Larry.
there.
It's all right, Madeline. Larry asked me to unleash the dog, and I thought it was a good idea. You go back to bed.
All right, Uncle Robert. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Have you a gun in the house?
It's too late. The killer wouldn't be lurking about now. And he would be foolhardy to take after him in the woods at night.
Uncle's right, Larry.
I'll phone Inspector Duvall.
No. There's nothing he could do. We'll wait till morning. Now, you two had better go inside. I'll take care of this. Stand up like a man. The way I taught you. Do as I say. Why did you do it?
Do what?
Don't try and lie out of it. You killed that dog because he bit you. Or was it because you were afraid Madeline would grow fond of it?
I don't understand.
You mean you don't want to understand?
You say it wrong to lie.
I told you it was wrong to kill, too.
I do not kill.
You tried to kill Dr. Forbes at the inn last night.
No.
Don't keep lying to me. For years, I've worked to change your appearance, make you talk. Yet you endanger all I've done for the sake of your twisted animal jealousy. Look at you.
You make me like this. But you do not help me. Why you no let me like I was? I remember good things.
Good things. Animal pleasures.
I was free. But you take me away. You chain me, hurt me. Want to make me like man. Why? To make me happy? No. To make you big doctor.
Why did you try and kill Dr. Forbes at the inn?
I want to, but I do not. Now he take her away, and I must do what you tell me. I can kill you. Yeah.
Stop or I'll punish you.
You only punish because I let you.
Now stop that foolishness and get to bed.
No.
Noel!
No.
back in that cage. Get back.
It's the same criminal who tried to kill you at the inn.
But why should anyone want to kill Larry?
Where's Noel?
You surely don't suspect him.
The dog did make a vicious attack on Noel last night.
But my dear Inspector, no civilized man takes revenge on a dumb animal.
But is Noel civilized?
Oh, Larry, just because he's a native.
I gave him a sleeping tablet last night, and I woke him a little while ago. He heard nothing. Does that satisfy you?
Certainly.
My dear doctor, maybe he lied to you.
May I point out that if Noel wanted to murder Dr. Forbes, he could have done so without killing the dog.
What do you mean, Dr. Renault?
Noel sleeps in the house. So does Dr. Forbes.
A very logical conclusion. Which brings us to you.
Yes. What were you doing last night?
I didn't leave my room all night, and I can prove it.
You're very quick with an alibi?
Why not? I've been grilled before, and I know what's coming. Just saving you time, that's all.
Answer respectfully, or I'll...
You what? You're a tough guy when there's a crowd around.
That will be enough, Rogel. And what about you?
I, monsieur? What about me?
The same thing holds it on is with Noel. He also sleeps in the house.
Only he wasn't in the house. He was with me. We were talking about what we do at the Bastille Day celebration today.
So you alibi each other. That's very convenient.
Well, why should I need an alibi? Dr. Renault can vouch for my character. I've served him 4 years.
5.
That may be.
Oh, Inspector,
Yes?
what about the Bastille Day celebration? Is it wise for Dr. Forbes to go to the village?
Oh, he'll be perfectly safe. I'll be with him, and my men will be on watch. I'll see you in the village.
We'll follow directly.
Doctor, I hope you didn't take any offense at my remarks about Noel.
Oh, on the contrary, my boy. I should have been disappointed in you as a doctor had you shown this astuteness. There, you and Larry get the car, and I'll meet you out here.
Aren't you going to take Noel along? I promised he could go, and he was looking forward to it so much.
I don't know. He should rest. But I'll see how he feels. I shan't be long.
I'm still afraid.
With so many people around? Forget it. Let's go and have a good time, huh?
Noel. Inspector Duvall was here investigating the death of the dog. I had to tell him I gave you a sleeping tablet last night and you didn't hear anything.
Then I can go to festival in village?
No.
But Mademoiselle promised.
After what happened last night, I've decided you're not to leave this cage until my niece is married and on her way to the United States.
Please, I want to see Mademoiselle. She is good.
Stop whimpering. I'm doing what's best for you. Do you want to be guillotined for murder?
To the marriage of the most beautiful girl in all France and the learned doctor from across the sea. May they be blessed with great happiness, good health, and many little Franco-Americans.
Thank you very much. What's all the noise about?
Oh, mon Dieu, I almost forgot. It's a contest to determine the strongest man in the village. I'm participating. I challenged my best friend Marcel, the barber. May I be excused for a moment, sir?
Certainly.
Thank you.
That sounds like it ought to be worth seeing. Will you excuse us?
Will you come along, Uncle Robert?
No, thanks. I'll wait for you here.
Noel? Noel? Here we are. Uncle Robert said you weren't feeling well.
I feel good now.
I was afraid you'd miss out on the fun. Come on.
Take care, my friend. If you're as weak as the drinks you mix, you'll go up with the ball.
If I do, I'd shape the ball a lot better than you shape me. Now stand back.
Stand back, everybody. Give him plenty of room to move. Watch me.
They're not very strong, are they?
Mademoiselle thinks it's so funny. Let's see what he can do.
All right, Noel, show them how.
You're strong. You can do it easily.
I will win prize for you.
Oh, a politician promising something he hasn't got.
Go ahead, Noel. Don't let him kid you.
Congratulations, monsieur. You win the grand prize. This way, monsieur. This way.
Good for you, Noel.
Wonderful.
For you, monsieur. Superbe, magnifique. No? You want those? Why, anything you say, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Noel. It's beautiful.
Ladies, get a partner. You have no partner. Noel is not dancing.
Noel, come and dance.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, please.
No, I cannot dance.
Of course you can, Noel. We're going to dance too, aren't we, Larry?
Sure we are. Come on.
Noel, listen to the music. Don't stop to listen. Keep moving.
Maybe we should give Noel some peanuts. He dances like an ape. Ape? You mean a fat little monkey?
It's cruel of those men to make fun of him.
Just some people's idea of a good time.
Hi, Henry. We're looking all over for you. He hand over his last franc to keep her safe.
If she disappears, we'll be the first one that go after.
So you're getting cold feet, huh? All right. I'll pull this job alone. Just keep your mouth shut.
You're going ahead with it?
I told you I always wanted to go to Tahiti with plenty of cash and live like a king.
Then you killed the dog so he wouldn't give the alarm.
What dog?
And the man here at the inn.
What do you think? Hey, Louie. Come here.
I'll be right back.
Come here.
But this is for another table.
This is for Henry and me. Well, go ahead and pour it.
I'm sorry. I really didn't do it on purpose.
You still pigeon. I'll take care of you later. Better get back to the chateau. And remember what I told you. Keep your mouth shut.
Call me monkey. I was only joking. You make fun of me in front of Mademoiselle.
Fell out of that window.
You can't fall through a closed window.
Then it's murder.
Yeah.
Noel. Why, what are you doing here?
I want to shave.
Well, isn't it pretty late for a shave?
I want to shave now.
Why, sure. Sure, of course. Funny time for a shave. But if you want a shave, why, I'll give you a shave. Wonderful celebration we had tonight, wasn't it? Everyone seemed to have had a good time. Except for what happened to poor Louis. Terrible. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight. I'm glad to have company with Rogel around, up to his old tricks. Oh!
Oh! Inspector! 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 Marcel has been murdered.
Dr. Forbes, come with me. You stay here with Mademoiselle.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Seems you were strangled.
It's a fractured cervical vertebra.
Dr. Forbes, would you please ask Jack to summon the coroner?
I think you'd better take Madeline home now. I'll find Noel and we'll come back later. On this 14th day of June, I have finally succeeded in capturing an ideal subject. My long search in the Javanese jungles is ended. My experiment in transmutation begins tomorrow. The throwback is excellent for experimental humanization. Gentle at times, then savage and frightening. The timid natives question my sanity, but I pay them well and they do their work. I have undertaken glandular injections and brain surgery in an improvised operating room and laboratory. The natives watch me with embarrassing awe. The nerve graft operation is a success. The electroencephalogram indicates that the brain tracings are becoming more human each day. My subject is more gentle now, shows little ferocity, and regards me searchingly as if I were a curious jungle creature like himself. I have performed plastic surgery to give him all the aspects of a civilized human being. The results exceed all expectations. I have named him Noel. The speech center in the left cerebral hemisphere is now fully developed. I have succeeded in teaching Noel how to articulate words. He learns slowly. Now my only worry is whether the higher functions of the cerebral cortex can be stimulated to recreate a sense of right and wrong. Today I caught him as he was about to crush a little bird in his big hands. I have reoperated on Noel's brain and there is no change in his mental atavism. I have decided that the proper environment might bring complete success. I'm going to take him to my chateau in France. Saint Etienne, France. Madeline has accelerated the progress of my experiment to an amazing degree. Her kindness and patience have completely won Noel's trust. He's become almost slave-like in his devotion towards her. So you've discovered my secret.
Well, I can't believe it, to go to such extremes.
I'm surprised that as a scientist you admit extremes.
But an ape.
You're surprised at the results of my experiment, Doctor. So will the whole scientific world be when they hear of it. I've proved my theory.
But your experiment has reverted to his primitive state. A savage killer.
I'll correct that mental aberration. It's just a temporary lapse.
Tonight he killed two simple country people just because they ridiculed him. It's criminal to let a wild animal loose among helpless people and to expose your niece to the same danger?
I'm determined to complete my experiment.
You're mad. I'm going to phone Inspector Duvall.
Stop. I've devoted many years of my life to this experiment. I'm not going to let anyone destroy it. Look out!
Mademoiselle! Mademoiselle!
Any sign of Miss Renault or Noel?
No, but I heard some shots from the direction of the old mill.
Everything